Hey you guys, I wanted to tell you about the differences in trampolines that you can get at home. So I get lots of questions on, Sarah, what do you recommend for buying a trampoline for at home? I want to do this at home and make it really easy. It's an amazing home exercise equipment. I promise that if you sign up for classes, it's not going to be something that just sits around in a room and doesn't get used, but there's a big difference in the price point. So let's go into some differences and why I recommend the ones that I recommend versus some of the ones that are less expensive. So trampolines take out 40% of the impact on our joints. So doing it on a trampoline versus on the floor, you're already kind of up-leveling your cardio, saving your joints, and just feeling better in your workouts. But the feeling on one of the Bellicons or a Jump Sport versus these cheaper ones on Amazon is totally different. And I want to kind of walk you through what I'm feeling because I know that not all of us have the opportunity to jump on them before we buy them, which would be amazing, right? We need a trampoline store. Start on our $75 to $100 less expensive one. So when I first started trampoline rebounding, I didn't know any better, but I knew the benefits, and I recommended to my mom that she get one. I thought it would be a great idea. But the quality of this $100 one that we found on Amazon is so much different. And the quality really directly relates to how it feels on my body. So when I'm bouncing on this one, it doesn't have the same give that the Bellicon or some of the more expensive ones have. So when I'm trying to get that bounce back, it doesn't feel like I can hold my body in the right positions. So number one thing is that I feel my knees, which I never feel on the Bellicon. Number two, I feel my low back, which I never feel on the Bellicon. And I feel like I can't get into my heels, which isn't allowing me to use the back side of my body because for some reason with this being like not as forgiving as it sinks in, sinks back, that bounce is not the same. I want to be on the balls of my feet, so I can't get the correct form. So when I'm trying to do moves that we would do in a class, it just feels awkward and doesn't feel good on my body, whereas on the Bellicon, it feels amazing. I feel hips, I feel core the whole time I'm jumping. I can relax my upper body. I don't feel my lower back at all, and it feels like I can stay with that whole foot, but especially my heels in there for the moves. So big difference with these two different things, with a more expensive Bellicon and one of the cheaper ones that you can find at around $100 is the feel on your body. It feels totally different. Next thing that I wanted to note is the sound of it. So these have metal springs. You can't see it because it's got a pad. These have cloth springs, so much more quiet if that is something that concerns you. It's just kind of annoying to hear the sound, or maybe you need to be quiet because you're exercising at times when people in your house are sleeping. The cloth bungees are much more quiet. All right, next thing is that if you're a little bit nervous about balance, the Bellicons, I'm going to turn the camera here so you can see, have a balance bar that you can get, and the balance bar is really, really helpful. So now you can get some balance bars on the less expensive ones, but when we go into storage, which is huge, these bars come off in seconds. Literally less than a minute, you can get that bar off and put it off to the side. Storage with the trampolines, the Bellicons. So these, the Amazon one, you've got to unscrew the legs. I think some of them you don't even have that option. So it's going to take you probably over 5 minutes, I would imagine, at least over 5 minutes to get that trampoline put away. These, the Bellicons, you can fold up the legs really quick and easy. I joke that we should have a contest to see who can do it fastest, but that's all you do, and then you can just put it up against the wall, or you could put it under a bed or slide it into a closet, and they're beautiful, right? You can choose the color. So I chose the rainbow, but you could choose something that kind of matches with your decor if you wanted to, or you could choose your favorite colors, but they're a beautiful piece of equipment. So same thing with that one. You're just gonna unscrew really quick and slip out the bar, and it's so fast and easy to get it put away off to the side. I can't stress it. I love jumping on the trampoline. I mean, it is just the best workout ever. So I highly recommend the Bellicons. Can't recommend them enough. And they are having a huge sale this weekend. So they're having 15% off site-wide, which I've never seen before. And if you want an extra 5% off, I have a special coupon code that I can give you. So there's a link in my bio to go to the Bellicon site if you want to check out them. And shop around a little bit, and then message me for that code and you'll get an extra 5%. These are not cheap, but these are so worth it. I promise that this will be a piece of exercise equipment, especially if you sign up for classes to hold yourself accountable and have more fun working out with us. You are going to do it. It's not going to be something that just sits there and you start hanging clothes on it. You're going to actually bounce on this trampoline, so it is worth every penny. So these are expensive. They're around 600, whereas these are around 100, but they're night and day differences. They're not the same piece of equipment, and your body will not feel the same. So make the investment in something amazing that also looks beautiful, and get yourself a trampoline and start bouncing with us, taking out 40% of the impact on your joints, having fun, getting those endorphins for the rest of the day. I think almost everybody would love it, so I can't recommend it enough. All right, let me know if you have questions.